Hi, this is Itisistacy. Today I'm going to redo the four aces of the tarot cards. That was one of my original videos that I did on YouTube, which was terrible. But here you have, if you're a tarot card beginner, you know that there's four different suits. The Ace of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, or disc, and Ace of, what did I say, Swords, Wands, Ace of Discs, and Ace of Cups. So your four suits. And, depending on what deck you get, it'll start by saying that, these represent new beginnings, the seeds of the elements, and all that. But when it comes up in a reading, it doesn't necessarily mean new beginnings, especially if you're asking about the past. So I just want to go over different different descriptions and different questions about the aces and what exactly they mean. If you're a Arnie, tarot card reader, you might learn something different. You never know, because it took me years to figure out some things that there wasn't many books out like there is now in 2021. So anyway, let's get started. We'll start with the Ace of Swords. And I was saying this is the Thoth deck, or the Thoth deck, by Aleister Crowley. I prefer using these because they seem to have more sigils in them. So we're going to start with the Ace of Swords, and I'm just going to read what they say in several of these books. Okay. We'll start with what they normally give you in the actual deck. They usually come with a little teeny little menu that nobody can really read unless you have a pair of magnifying glasses on, right? So anyway, the Ace of Swords, swords is supposed to be invoked instead of a natural. Now, what would that mean? Okay, so reading these are unbelievable. Okay, the root of powers of the air. So, I mean, it's like, what the hell does that mean, right? Invoked forces, as contrasted with natural forces, compared with Ace of Wands, represents great powers for good or evil, but invoked. So, in other words, it's more like somebody else is doing it, not the actual person so it's more invoked. It's like you didn't see it coming, but it's here now. And so the conquest, whirling force, activity, strength through trouble, as affirmation of justice, upholding divine authority, may become the sword of wrath, punishment, and affliction. And of course, you know that it's air. It's a sword. So it depending on the question. Okay, so this is invoked as opposed to the wands. Does that make sense to anybody? Now let's check the weight deck. I have a little pamphlet, even though I don't have the weight deck. I don't know how I got it or where it came from right now. Let me see if I can find it. Ace of Swords, and this is completely backwards than the other one. Okay, great determination, initiative, strength, force, activity, excessiveness, triumph, power, stress, fertility. I'm sorry, not stress, success, prosperity, deep emotional feeling and love, championship, conquest. That's completely different than what they're saying in the Thoth deck, right? Okay, now reverse meaning. Debacle, tyranny, disaster, self-destruction, violent temper, embarrassment, obstacles, infertility. I mean, that's really kind of like two different meanings, right? Huh. Okay, now let's check this book out. Okay, Ace of Swords. Demonic force and becomes a fearfully evil symbol. It represents, therefore, very great power for good or evil, but invoked. And it also represents whirling force and strength through trouble. It is an affirmation of justice, upholding divine authority. It may become the sword of wrath, punishment, affliction. So this is invoked, meaning that plotting for good or evil and from other sources. So it would be that it is pretty much not seen or not known. So what I was saying about the four aces being known, unknown, seen, or unseen. And then we have this definition, if I can hurry up and find it. Ace of Swords. Illumination, darkness and clouds, insight, breakthrough. Ah, now I see, now I understand, creative thinking. Okay, this book seems to have a little bit better knowledge in it compared to the other ones. Let me see if I can find it. I'm so organized, right? Skipped it. Okay. Ace of Swords. The root powers of the air, changes, the force, expansion, and celebration. Change rising up from within. I think. The beginning, a new information or a problem. See, when I said a new beginning or a problem coming, so it's unknown, unseen. Okay, this is the most paradox card and very much depends upon the person involved. This can be the card of celebration or a card of dire consequences, right? So it also denotes that build up has taken place in the unconscious, which soon must expand or explode into the conscious. But this is the most important. If you are a beginner, you might want to take notes on this part. The Ace of Swords represents autumn, Libra to September 23rd. And if you're doing a directional, like a missing person, or you need to find something or which way to go for a lottery ticket, it represents the West. And that's very important to know when you're doing a reading. So it's unseen, unknown. You're aware of it now. It's like oh, now I get it. Now I see. And it's towards the West. So let's move on to the wands, I guess, next, right? Let's do the wands next. Okay. And this book's going to be pretty much similar to the other three except for the weight deck. If I can find it on this one. Okay, Ace of Wands. Yeah, like I was saying, this, as opposed to the invoked one, this is a natural force. What the hell does that mean, right? Okay, Ace of Wands. Revelation, enlightenment, perceptional breakthrough, awareness, truth revealed, purification, revolution, cleaning up and cleaning out, shake up, turned on, Kundalini, passionate and fired up. That's because it's of spirit. Okay, that really helped a lot, didn't it? Nope. Okay, Ace of Wands. It's also hard to find, right? Okay. That's Pentacles, Swords, Cups. Yeah, this is Ace of Wands. Okay, now, new beginnings. So this would be known or unknown, seen or unseen. Fire, energy. Suddenly like a tornado, right? Okay, so this is something that really kind of comes from naturally inside of the left-hand branch. The whole is a great flaming torch. It symbolizes force, strength, rush, vulgar energy, and it governs according to its nature, various works and questions. It implies natural as opposed to invoked force. So it's kind of like it's out. kind of like a tornado. It's like nobody did it, but here it is. Here it is. Okay, now in the weight deck, Ace of Wands would be creation, beginning, inventions, start of an undertaking, fortune, enterprise, gain, inheritance, birth of a child, beginning of a meaningful experience, an adventure, escapade. Interesting, isn't it? Natural force, birth. Reverse, I'm sorry, false start, cloudy outlook, unrealistic goal, decadness, empty existence, vexation, cancelization of plans. That's like when you get a damn flat tire on the side of the road. That's just something that was just out of control, natural force. Okay, here's the little Alistair one. Back hurting already. Let's see. Ace of Wands. I know this is not written out, but this is something that you really should learn. The differences of it. And then understand that it depends always on the question, right? What kind of question you're asking. What, when, how, and where. Or did it already happen? Okay. So the Ace of Wands is the root powers of fire. Energy at the strongest. It's the seed. Energy, strength, force, solar outburst of flames, vulgar nature, force, as opposed to invoked force. That means a lot, doesn't it? You would see that in a reading and go, what the hell? Right? Ace of Wands. Illumination, revelation, enlightenment, perceptional breakthrough, awareness, truth revealed, cleaning up, cleaning out, shake up. Oh, did I read this one already? I think so, because I put it on my damn lap, right? Okay, so this one is more helpful. If I can find a damn thing. Ace of Wands. The root of powers of fire invokes force, unseen, self-organizing, the self rising up from within. I want strength, fortitude, enthusiasm, will, courage, and trust. Spiritual, the beginning of a new passion or desire, the beginning of new creativity or a career. So it's a beginning of something. So is it seen or unseen, known or unknown? Okay, so this is spring Aries, March to 21st, and it represents the south in direction. Okay, let me get the page ready for the next one. So that's the Ace of Swords and that's the Ace of Wands. Okay, we'll do, since I have it right here, Ace of Disc next, which is this one. This one is kind of confusing all the time to me because, if this comes up and you're doing something that has nothing to do with physical or money. The Ace of Disc, the root of the powers of the world. The root powers of the earth, grounds force, remembering and memory. So that would be seen. The rising up of physical or material resolve and clarity from within. Within I do. The beginning of new money, work, financial, and material well-being. All new physical form or pattern. Winter, 0 Capricorn to December 21st, north. So let's see what the, well, I already read this one, so I'll pretty much tell you it's not very helpful, but the other, this one that comes with the deck, pretty much the same as what I just read in the one book. Okay, where the hell are you? I need reading glasses. Okay, the root powers of earth, material gain, power, labor, wealth, contentment, materialism. That's it. The weight deck. I think the weight deck actually is easier in the explanation. Explanatory stuff. The Crawley deck is just mind-blowing, right? Come on, damn it. Ugh. Ace of Discs, where are you? Last one. And these little books even get smaller if you get the pocket size one, right? This one is backwards compared to the other book. Normally the ace starts out first. They have it with the court cards going down to the ace. Okay, perfection, attainment, prosperity, felicity, bless gold, valuable coins and artifacts, treasures, the combination of material and spiritual riches, reverse meaning, prosperity without happiness, misused wealth, wasted money, corruption by money, miseriness, never even knew that was a word, and greed, fool's gold. This is one of the newer books from the Crowley deck because they never used to have the reverse meaning. So let's go to Cups, which I have right in my hand. This is the Cups, which is the water seed. And remember, this is all about the question. So, Ace Cups. Great abundance, fulfillment, perfection, joy, fertility, productiveness, beauty and pleasure, goodness overflowing, flavorful outlook, reverse meaning, change, erosion, instability, sterile, can't pronounce that, sterility, unrequited love, clouded joy, false heart, inconsistency. And that was the Crowley new one. Where's the, no, I'm sorry. That was the weight definition for Ace of Cups. Now this one for the Crowley deck is Ace of Cups. The root powers of the water, fertility, productiveness, beauty, pleasure, and happiness. Now you would think that because of it being fertility, you would think that this would be the birth. Remember how it said natural force of the wands was birth, giving birth? That's strange. So anyway, with cups, it's seen and known. It's you're going to do it. It could also represent that you did this before, or this has happened before. So it also can represent just body of water, right? The naturalist of what the root is, the seed. Okay. The Ace of Cups. It symbolizes fertility, productiveness, beauty, pleasure, happiness, etc. That helps a lot, doesn't it? Did I read this one for the cups? I don't know. I'm getting confused. There's so many damn books. See what I'm saying about the confusement of the cups? Okay, this one, peak experience, ecstasy, radiant, blossoming, wisdom and love, spiritual love, union of mind, body, spirit, offering emotional high to others, pushing away negative emotional states. That sounds good, right? So, okay, I think this one actually did a better job with the definitions on the aces. What do you think? It's funny, but very confusing. Okay, Ace, where you at? Okay, the Ace of Cups. The root of powers of the water channels force of absorption and assimilation. Emotions or love rising up from within. I feel the beginning of new emotions or feelings in a layout and enhancement of others' good influences or a migrating power over bad ones. Falling in love. Summer 0 to Cancer to June 21st. East. So that represents East. Now, with all that, I still can't remember the directions, right? So I know East, this one's North. I forget already what this one was. I think this one was South, and this one's West. I don't know. That's why I said it's just way too much to remember, but you have to. It really helps a lot. Really helps a lot. And I dropped the book. But anyway, I'm done almost with what I'm saying about the seen or known or unknown. Okay, the Ace of Wands was the root powers of fire, and that was spring and March. That was south. I think I was right. This one's south, and this one would be west. Swords, west. Right. Okay. So we got south, west, north, and the east. So I remember that because I can remember that love, and I live on the East Coast, so and this one would be west, so I'll have to remember that I'm nowhere near the swords on the opposite side of east. So we got east, west, north, south. But like I was saying, I hope this helps a little bit more. It is very confusing. It does have a lot to do with the questions. A lot of times, if it doesn't make sense, to reshuffle, do again, take notes, write it down, learn from it. It is always a learning experience because when these cards were made, they didn't have the technology and little gadgets and what the hell they mean and everything else. So yes, that's the four cups. I mean the four aces. I hope that helps. Cups, swords, disc, pentacles, and wands. So this is Itisistacy. I'll see you in the next reading.